Hey guys, how's it going? If you're looking for new zombie games, you're in the right place. Today, I'm bringing you 10 new zombie games to keep an eye on. I'm Matthew, and we're starting the list with Blight, Survival, a cooperative medieval action horror game developed by Behavior Interactive, the creators of Dead by Daylight. Set in an alternative medieval world ravaged by war and a deadly plague known as the Blight, the game thrusts players into a dark and atmospheric setting where survival is a constant struggle. The game supports up to 4 players in cooperative mode, allowing them to team up and face the horrors haunting the devastated land. In Blight, Survival, players take on the role of the Writhens, the only ones willing to confront the Blight's threat. The gameplay focuses on visceral combat, with a variety of weapons and armor to customize each player's experience. The day-night cycle affects gameplay, adding an extra layer of challenge and immersion. The game world is a no-man's land between 2 warring kingdoms, filled with zombie creatures and environmental hazards.
Stop warming your balls and get over here! Hey, are you listening to me?
Sure, I am.
You're hearing me. You ain't listening.
Leave off, Granger.
Look at him, or I'll make you.
Boy, calm down, will you? Alright, I'm looking.
What did I say then, eh?
Look for the pain.
That's it. That painted armour. Bloody savages, didn't I say?
Yeah, you said it, Granger.
Get off him. What, you think he's got blight? Sometimes it's harder to spot, yeah? Gets in your veins first. Clogs up your brain. You're infected before you know it. But he's dead. Poor bastard reeks. Probably dead for days. You're new to this. It only gets worse after they're dead. Makes you almost sorry for him. My ass doesn't feel too sorry. Keep looking.
Echoes of the Living is a survival horror game that promises to be a love letter to 90s genre classics like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, Developed by Moonglint, a small team of 2 creators, the game aims to recreate the atmosphere and elements that define these iconic titles, but with updated visuals and fully 3D environments, leveraging current generation graphics. The proposal is to offer a nostalgic and authentic experience for fans of traditional survival horror, focusing on fixed cameras, limited resources, puzzle solving, and inventory management. The plot unfolds in 1996, in a small, peaceful European town suddenly engulfed by a mysterious fog. It doesn't take long for the inhabitants to start falling ill and panic to set in, culminating in an apocalyptic scenario where the dead walk again. Players can choose between 2 protagonists with distinct campaigns. Laurel Reeves, a police officer searching for her father and trying to escape the infection, and Liam Oakwood, a former Special Forces member who arrives in town to move in with his fiancée and finds himself in the midst of chaos searching for her. Ill is a first-person survival horror game that promises a visceral and terrifying experience. The player takes on the role of a character trapped in a mysterious, dark research fortress where a malevolent entity creates horrifying creatures. Survival will depend on solving puzzles and fighting relentless monsters. The focus is on graphical and sound realism, with a detailed dismemberment system and binaural audio to intensify the emotional impact. Ill's gameplay emphasizes tension and suspense. Enemies are unpredictable, and the game's realistic physics make the environment an active part of the experience, influencing both combat and puzzle solving. The game seeks to create an oppressive and immersive atmosphere, exploring psychological horror and the player's deepest fears. The narrative, though not yet fully revealed, revolves around a mystery unfolding in the fortress, with the protagonist fighting to save something precious. Graphically, Ill stands out for its extreme realism. The game features detailed character and monster models, with a dismemberment system that shows the brutal effects of combat. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is a cooperative FPS developed by Saber Interactive and published by Focus, slated for release in 2025 on PC, Epic Games Store exclusive, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. Inspired by the aesthetics and exaggerated humor of 80s horror and action films, the game carries the influence of legendary director John Carpenter, known for classics like Halloween and The Thing. The plot is set in the near future, where a scientific experiment to extract energy from the Earth's core goes terribly wrong, unleashing the Sludge God, a supernatural entity that transforms the Earth into toxic sludge and the living into zombies. Players can choose between different character classes, each with unique abilities, and utilize a varied arsenal including firearms, grenades, katanas, and even vehicles to confront enemies. The gameplay promises open maps with less linear missions, similar to games like Left 4 Dead and World War Z, but with a touch of humor and retro aesthetics. There are also strategic elements, such as the ability to upgrade skills and unlock new capabilities to face more difficult challenges. Saber Interactive's Swarm engine is used to create intense battles with large quantities of enemies on screen. Nakwon Last Paradise is a third-person stealth survival game set in a post-apocalyptic version of Seoul, South Korea. Developed by Mint Rocket, the same team behind the popular Dave the Diver, the game places players in a world where humans and zombies coexist in a brutal and parasitic society. Survival depends on the player's ability to navigate this hostile environment, using stealth and strategy to escape the undead and other players. Gameplay revolves around extraction survival mechanics, where players must infiltrate the city to collect valuable items, sell them, and complete missions to earn money. There's also a citizen ranking system that determines privileges and access level to different areas of the city. Players need to manage their shelters, collecting resources to craft items and upgrade their equipment. The game also features PvPv elements, allowing up to 16 players to interact simultaneously on the same map. The game presents similarities to titles like Dying Light 2 and Killing Floor 2 due to its open world and focus on combat against zombie hordes. However, the emphasis on stealth and resource management sets it apart, promising a unique experience in the genre.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and fuck all the doubters, they're just fucking downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free.
Nobody's Left is a third-person shooter with action-adventure RPG elements, set in a post-apocalyptic city. Developed and published by Madrain Studio, the game promises an emotionally engaging narrative where adaptation is crucial for survival. Gameplay combines intense action with stealth elements, requiring the player to use both their combat skills and stealth abilities to overcome challenges. The story takes place in a country that, once peaceful, was devastated by war, transforming into a hostile environment ruled by the law of the strongest. The game features a variety of mechanics, including melee combat, gunfights with realistic mechanics, no aim assist, and stealth missions. Survival will depend on the player's ability to adapt to different situations and utilize available tools in the best way. The narrative stands out for the inclusion of unique cultural elements presented through Easter eggs that enrich the understanding of the story and the game world. The game also promises multiple endings, depending on the player's choices during the adventure. Although inspired by games like The Last of Us, Nobody's Left differentiates itself by its unique perspective on a post-apocalyptic scenario, with a focus on a culturally rich and original narrative. Developed by an Iranian team, the game demonstrates an ambition to present a different perspective within the survival genre.
Dead or alive?
Just a bunch of corpses talking shit.
You can't get too far. Be careful.
Night night. I lost touch with humanity and became the only god of this wreck. Grandpa, I can see why you were so cruel to me. Because this world has no mercy. All of this forest is watered by blood drops, so I'm trying to give it more of that.
Outbreak Island is a survival simulation game that puts players on an isolated and dangerous island where they must fight against the elements and hostile creatures to survive. Gameplay involves exploring a vast environment, from dense forests to sinister underground bunkers, while collecting resources and facing constant challenges. The game emphasizes strategic decision-making to ensure survival, with each action potentially impacting the outcome of the journey. The game's core mechanic revolves around exploration and resource management in a hostile environment. Players will need to gather supplies, build shelters, and craft items to survive the extreme weather conditions and the island's dangers. Hunting and fishing may be necessary for food, while building shelters offers protection from the elements and enemies. Combat will likely involve using improvised weapons and strategies to overcome the monsters inhabiting the island. Cooperation can also be an important part of the gameplay, with the possibility of alliances between players to face larger challenges together. Competition may manifest in the struggle for scarce resources or the fight for dominance in certain areas of the island.
Oh, here we go. Let there be light. And here come the first customers. Enjoy your meal. So, how do I start my day on the island? Just like any other normal person does. I love the smell of the forest in the morning. Nothing invigorates you better than a jog in the fresh air. Living my best life. On my way, I stop for groceries. A hearty and balanced breakfast is the foundation of a productive day. Usually, the selection is not too diverse, but Sometimes you come across real delicacies. By the way, I cook breakfast for myself. I have to improvise, but it always turns out finger-licking good. Afterwards, I drive to work. You have no idea how wonderful life is without traffic jams. There I do my routine stuff, trying my best not to get into any trouble. Finally, I'm home. You know, this is the only place where I truly feel safe. Sometimes I overdo it a bit, and then I need a small repair on myself. My insurance is expired, but the service here is not the best either. The day is coming to an end, and my faithful yellow friend and I are heading out to grab dinner. And here we are, the next link in this crazy food chain. Who's next?
Projekt's Beyond Order is a cooperative first-person shooter set in World War II, where players face hordes of zombies on a mysterious island controlled by the Nazis. The central premise revolves around Projekt Z, a clandestine Nazi program that seeks to transform zombies into weapons of war. The game promises an intense and atmospheric experience, combining frantic action with survival and exploration elements. Players take on the role of one of 4 survivors, each with unique abilities and roles in the cooperative mode for up to 4 players. In addition to the main missions, a free exploration mode allows players to explore the island, combat zombies, collect resources, and discover new blueprints to craft weapons and items. The crafting system is a crucial element, influencing various game mechanics. Weapon customization is also a strong point, allowing players to create devastating weapons to face the undead. Projekt's Beyond Order promises a unique experience by combining the zombie theme with the World War II setting. The combination of intense action, exploration, crafting, and cooperation promises a game with high replay potential. Showa American Story is a third-person action-adventure RPG set in an alternative version of 1980s United States, where Japan has acquired most of the American territory. The protagonist, Chuko, a 19-year-old stunt woman, returns to life after a mysterious murder to discover a transformed world, infested with zombies and at war between criminal factions. Her journey is a quest for revenge and answers as she tries to find her missing sister. Gameplay focuses on viscerally brutal combat, with Chuko utilizing a variety of short and long-range weapons, as well as supernatural abilities obtained after her resurrection. The game promises a rich narrative experience, exploring the stories of various survivors in a unique post-apocalyptic setting. The visuals of Showa American Story are inspired by the aesthetic of 80s B-movies, combining dark humor, exaggerated violence, and striking characters. The fusion of American and Japanese pop culture of the era creates a nostalgic and peculiar atmosphere. The game seeks to capture the energy and visual style characteristic of that era, offering a visually distinct and memorable experience. State of Decay 3 is the anticipated sequel to the popular zombie survival franchise, developed by Undead Labs and published by Xbox Game Studios. The game promises to expand on the formula established in previous titles, offering a more immersive experience focused on building resilient communities in a plague-ravaged world. Although announced in 2020, the official launch still does not have a defined date. Rumors point to a release in the first half of 2026, although Microsoft and Undead Labs have not yet officially confirmed this information. The game will be available on Xbox Game Pass for PC and Xbox. Although specific details about the gameplay are still scarce, what little has been revealed indicates a significant evolution from previous games. The focus on community building and character development seems central. Undead Labs promises an expansive and shared open world, encouraging cooperation between players. The base building and management experience, a distinctive feature of the series, should be even more deepened, adding new layers of strategy and challenge. State of Decay 3 seems to delve deeper into the narrative, exploring themes such as perseverance, community, and the struggle for survival in a post-apocalyptic setting. Survivors will have richer and more complex backstories, adding a new emotional dimension to the gaming experience. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.
And that helped us find the courage to keep going. To fight on. When we needed it the most. I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive. Every sacrifice we make matters and will never be forgotten. No one is forgotten. We live on.